Zelia had been wandering the battlefield since dawn had barely broken. The sun now stood high, and yet the trail of bodies still seemed unending. A surprising amount of Imperial soldiers had been left alive after the Blood Brethren's artillery barrage. A part of Zelia felt a visceral disgust at such a detached way of waging battle. It seemed cowardly, somehow, to just lob pieces of metal from miles away, without even getting to look the enemy in the eye. But alas, who was she to question the Lord of Skulls? He cared not from where the blood flowed, after all. Besides, collecting trophies from still living foes was a far more enjoyable prospect, even though it is questionable if Zelia or any of the other blood-crazed members of the warband could even feel such a thing as joy anymore. But collecting trophies they did. Most of the shell-shocked and crippled guardsmen offered little resistance to the Blood Brethren's red harvest. As their throats were perforated and sawn into with rusted blades, axes, or in some cases even torn apart with bare hands, some begged for mercy and cried out for their mothers. Others cursed their assailants and promised vengeance from the Emperor himself. In the end, it mattered not what approach they took in their final moments. After their heads were torn from their jugulars, they all became one thing. Gory effigies made only to glorify the Blood God. The enemy soldier Zelia was about to behead was of the spiteful kind. Even as dazed as he was, and with an arm and both legs blown off, there seemed to be no shortage of fight left within him.
Heretical bitch. Get your foul hands off me.
But his words had fallen on deaf ears, and soon turned into pained, gurgling noises, as Zelia slashed her way ever deeper through his neck. In a rare moment of introspection, her mind wandered back to the first time she had done this. It felt different back then. She was guided not only by a maddening fury, but also some sense of righteous vengeance. Or at least, that's what she thought. She could quite honestly not even remember who it was she had been avenging. Perhaps it was not about vengeance at all. Maybe all her life she had been exactly like this. The immense rage and hatred festering in her body, just waiting for the right catalyst to unleash it. Zelia was suddenly pulled out from her recollections as she felt a sharp pain coming from her abdomen. She turned her eyes downwards and saw that a wide crimson gash had perforated the lower part of her shirt. It seemed during her trance of reminiscence she had continued the cutting motion even after slicing off the guardsman's head, and thus subsequently pierced open her own stomach. It did not bother her. It mattered not from where the blood flowed, as long as it did.